Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is on episodes 11 and 12, I believe. Yeah, 11 and 12. Now, these are the last two episodes that I'll be talking about until the second part of JoJo's Part 6 shows up, which I don't know when. I was told it'll show up in about like 3 months or so, who knows. But the way how it ended off, well, just gotta wait, But sad I won't be able to watch my JoJo weekly, but I'll take what I can get and adapt, I mean, I watched one entire core and it didn't end up very nasty cliffhanger to slap you in the face, but it gives you a lot of questions, But if anything else, let's just get this started, We have to it that in episode 11 we see our guy Pucci, which I believe he is like the warden of the entire prison facility that he's running right now. He decides to listen to the phone call that Jolene made, and knows what her plan is, etc. Which I go, that's pretty bad right there. For someone who has almost controlled the entire facility or whatever special privileges he has, I don't really know if that is the case or something. He pretty much knows what Jolene's up to and is trying to stop her, which is why he has like Jumpin' Jack Stan guy, whatever his name is, which I don't even bother remembering, because like I said, there's a lot of characters that either they don't make a big impression on me, or I just don't think they are not even worth my time to remember, Forgive me on that. But all I know is Jolene and Weather Forecast or Weather Reporto are working together to fight against Jumpin' Jack. They later on become part of this zero gravity, which apparently the zero gravity is like absorbing a lot of their blood away, and has to be careful because this blood boils up into your body depending on the situation, how much you lost, or because of zero gravity or something else involving. It's gonna it's gonna rupture you up or blow you up from the inside, and I can imagine the internal damage, man, and that alone could be terribly painful. But let's just say they managed to escape temporarily in these like weird weather like report spacesuits that our boy Weather Report made for like him and Jolene. And they end up fighting Jumping Jackerman. They try to go to a location where like it is out of range. The moment you get out of range is the moment you're safe. But Jumping Jack tries to stop him. He ends up using his stands freaking shooting like ricocheting a lot of screws or bullets whatsoever you could call it, etc. But we had Jolene does fight against Jumping Jack in a certain way, and does have some trouble against him, But, without him realizing, she does put a bunch of threads on some of the bullets and stopped herself from being killed or something, And later on, after getting that string of her stand ability onto the guy's, like, guns or whatever where he's firing at with those things, he ends up pulling him inside the freaking rotator thing and tells him, you better start deactivating or you're done for, And we get to know about this guy doing something kind of crazy in his past time. Like I said, he's not worth my time to remember. He's just a little minor antagonist that's nothing more than a freaking like a little tool that Pucci or Pale Snake or White Snake wants to use, And we have to it that eventually Jolene gets him to like, turn off the zero gravity, and Jolene beats him senseless to oblivion, which he gets landed into a laundry basket whatsoever. And we have to it that the episode in episode 11 ends off with Pucci having to meet Jolene Cujo, And I was kind of really shocked around there because the way how it ended right there would have been like terrifying. But now here is where episode 12 comes in. Okay, overall in episode 11, without a lot of detail and confusion, Weather Report and Jolene clashes against Jumpin' Jack whatsoever, or the Jumpin' Jack stand user. They do have some trouble because of zero gravity, and that they have to hurry up because the blood will rupture somewhere inside their body or to their brain, which is really dangerous. They had some trouble, but they beat the living hell out of him. Jolene will later on try to use the ID of Jumpin' Jack and tries to escape, but sadly, it's not what she thinks it is, and it's actually Pucci, We had to it that Pucci and Jolene decides to like play it off with each other for now. Pucci, on the other hand, must not reveal his identity when it comes to White Snake or Pale Snake, because if Jolene finds out it's him, she's gonna go after him, and all life given to me, I'm pretty sure Pucci's playing it safe, saying, okay, I'll let you do this, but you only got 1 minute, But Unfortunately for Jolene, however, she was tricked to think that she could get away with 1 minute here and there. You know, she got shot in the abdomen multiple times, and then etc. Now, we get to know a little bit more about Pucci in episode 12. We have too that he actually had a connection to Dio, and Dio talks to him about going to heaven, you know, that kind of thing. While he ends up talking to Pucci about some idealisms or some words of wisdom or what he knows in his own theories or hypothesis, he even tells Pucci like he wants him to do something for him and then we can always meet up again. However, before Pucci could ever meet up with Dio and talk about going to heaven or heaven in general, you know, Jotaro killed him, obviously. I mean, if you guys watch JoJo or read the manga up to date or something, you will know what happened to Dio. He got butt handed by Jotaro, and then Jotaro remembers reading a book about some from Dio, and he memorized the entire thing and burned it up. So we get to know that Pucci okay, how am I supposed to say it? Pucci was not after Jotaro's fortune or anything or any other connections entirely. He was after the memories or information that Jotaro has in the book that he read in Dio's book involving heaven or whatsoever, you know. Pucci stole Jotaro's Star Platinum and his memory disk in order to get the information that he may need to understand what Dio's trying to tell him, because Dio didn't tell him a full story about when it comes to heaven and or something all else in general, you know, that kind of thing. So I go like, well, Pucci, I guess Pucci has some kind of relation to Dio after all, but not too much, you know. So like I said, etc. that Pucci was after Jotaro's like information, you know, and hoping for him to heal decay in order to avenge him, you know, etc. But we have to it that the guard was about to kill Jolene, but thanks to Weather Report's final act, you know, he ends up because we all know freaking Weather Report's power. He can manipulate the weather any way he chooses to, and that's pretty crazy, you know. I don't know if there's a limitation on that, but lately when it comes to stand abilities, nothing really has a lot of limitations now and then. Well, there are some, for example, King Crimson, etc., you know, etc., but, yeah. As for coming off, I'm continuing. Weather Report rains down a lot of poison frogs to stop the guard from killing Jolene or to help her out one last time, you know. Jolene's able to barely, how am I supposed to say it, cover herself from the poison, and then as for Father, or Pucci, he barely actually escapes. Well, he does have some trouble here and there, and he ends up counting in a certain number of orders, you know, like 1, 3, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, in order to calm himself. I mean, there are many ways that people find a way to calm themselves, you know, either just think about something great or something else, whatever the case may be. Pucci almost got himself killed by a bunch of poison frogs, but he ends up, a guard was going to help him, but he decides to go grab some help. But Pucci, using his own ability with the frog, and then like him using a disc, you know, he ends up getting the guard to like use his car key to release him, you know, and leaves him for dead, you know. So Pucci's pretty crazy, man. When I see this guy right here as the antagonist throughout the first core right now, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be the antagonist onwards, etc., the guy's pretty crazy and pretty smart. I mean, like, he's even calm too. I mean, and the way and his stand ability is pretty scary as well. I mean, the way how he could like steal like your memories and your stand ability and make you dead or like a mummy, you know, is pretty much almost game over, death, depending on the situation. And we have to it that he will later on have Pale or White Snake to like to go find the Star Platinum disc, thinking that Jolene is dead. But Jolene takes advantage of this by wrapping herself with a bunch of poison frogs, you know, with the help of her stand ability, gets the Star Platinum disc whatsoever, and thank goodness of all life given to me that Araki, which we all know who Araki is, the creator of JoJo, he likes to create a lot of crazy simple moments that's really very tense, you know. Like, take that example of like when it comes to like freaking Josuke facing Yoshikage Kira in like part part 4. And then, part 5, trying to grab the arrow, I'm like, oh my gosh, Araki's freaking, like, loving to do these kinds of things, I mean, it looks so simple, but yet he likes to make it so intense because it's all on the line right there. And Jolene's trying to, like, do whatever she can to, like, get her father's disc into someone's hands, and later on, it falls into a pigeon's hands who's equipped with the leg cuff, so small but enough for the bird to carry on, etc. Which I go like, oh my gosh, now that's pretty crazy. We all know the Speedwagon Foundation is a major powerful company. We all know that. We've seen that. I mean, we look back in part 1 how it started, and then it's still relevant to up to part 6 right here, And the fact that the Speedwagon Foundation has a little pigeon to go by, get the disc from Jolene just in the right moment of time, at the exact time is when it was really tense. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really crazy right there. But we have to it that, like, Pale Snake or White Snake tries to, like, grab a gun and shoot the pigeon down. Unfortunately for him, and fortunately for the pigeon and Jolene, that stupid guy who got rained down by a bunch of poison dart frogs used up all of his bullets. Alright, ha, sucker, I don't give a whatever. And we have to it that, like, that the White Snake or Pale Snake tells Jolene off by saying, hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now, You may have gotten Star Platinum out of my hands and out of my reach, but I'll tell you this, without your father's memories, he's still a mummy or still like a pathetic dead doll or something, And we have to it that, like, that Pale Snake was possibly going to try to kill Jolene because we all know how dangerous Jolene is. And Jolene tries to use her string of her stand ability to, like, to connect it with Pale Snake and tries to find the user, Because you find the user, you know who they are, yeah, it's game over. But sadly for Jolene, she's unable to do so, and we get to see, like, one thing for certain. Jolene was not suspected to possibly escape or whatever happened to her, that kind of thing. And we see the pigeon bird having to fly like to the location where Jotaro is and deliver the disc inside his body, At least it won't rot, or at least it'll have part of his consciousness or something like that to stay alive, etc. Sadly though, Jotaro is still that mummified person, which still sucks very badly. I go like, all life given to me, please do not kill Jotaro yet. I love the guy to death. Anyone who watched part 3, which was the total game changer of JoJo, would like the guy. Well, depending on how you, like, feel about him, etc. But whatever the case. Yeah. So pretty much the pigeon, which is very strong, to think it could fly, I don't know where it flew from, but one thing was sure, it's carrying that disc all the way to Jotaro, so at least his stand ability is safe and not in someone else's wrong hands, because stopping time or going very quick is very powerful, Well, knowing that there's always different kinds of stands to come, there's always the one that could surpass Star Platinum, or the world, or Za World though, but yeah. We get to see there's a post-credit scene involving Pucci talking to someone, which I don't remember his name, which I don't care about, but one thing for certain is that he wants the guy to try something right here, Because right now what he's holding is like is his friend's bone, and it's Dio's bone. Now, if you guys know Dio, which I'm pretty sure you guys should already know, the guy was dead. I mean, he was killed and he got obliterated by the sun. Somehow, his bone is in the hands of a follower such as Pucci, which is kind of like questioning. Because we all know Dio disintegrated once the sun reached his body and kapoof, he turned to smoke. But a lot of people told me this. More will be explained later in the future, so just wait for it. Which I will have to wait, which will suck, because obviously, like, many reasons why. But that's fine by me. I'll take what I can get. I'll just have to say, what is? I mean, like, I was told we may have to wait another, like, 3 months or so, though I don't know when's that. I don't know if that really is confirmed or anything. Guess we're about to find out soon. Anyways, not the first core of JoJo's Stone Ocean Part 6, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean was actually pretty cool. Anyways, I'm looking forward to, like, seeing where our buddies will be we're going to here. So yeah, I mean, we got one objective done. Now the second objective, get Jotaro's memories back, and then return it to him, and he's damn alive. So looking forward to seeing part 2 of part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean, but we'll see how long we have to wait for. Guess I might as well get used to this now, because even though I do like to watch my JoJo Bizarre Adventure episodes weekly, this is something that I might as well get used to, if anything else. I mean, watching one whole course seems fun, but having to wait for a long time, yeah. But, maybe I could just go back and watch, like, episodes 1 through 12 again weekly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being crazy Milanakis, but yeah. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!